First of all, let's start off then with Chelsea closing in on Jorrel Hato, a player who has been linked to Liverpool. He's been linked to a lot of the top teams in Europe. They're close to finalising the deal. The youngster has been given the green light to travel and complete his medical after that £37 million fee was agreed. I mean, you tell us about this one, because it's a kind of signing that most teams were in for. Arsenal wanted him, Liverpool wanted him. Versatile, left-footed youngster. Came through the academy at Ajax. It's one of the best academies to come through.
Yeah.
Can play left centre-back, can play left-back as well.
Yeah.
This is a great signing for Chelsea, is it not?
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Obviously, the kid's highly regarded. He's 19 years old and he's played so much football. He's over 100 games he's played. And we needed, for me, this is probably one of the most important signings of the window for us, actually. Probably top two. Just purely because we needed a left back. We don't have an option other than Cucurella over there. We've played Gusto over there. We've played Achampong over there. I don't really like seeing the right footers on the left back position unless it's Aspilicueta in a title winning season. Do you know what I mean? So I needed a left back. And he is someone that I feel like he's got high potential, but he's not being rushed in. Do you know what I mean? He's a kid still, and he's now coming into a situation where he's got someone who's in peak form, peak prime performance in Cucurella to kind of have in front of him to play those key games, to maybe kind of shadow him, and then he comes in for those other matches where we need him. And yeah, I'm excited about how he fits tactically, because I don't know how we're gonna use him going forward, if we're gonna let him overlap, underlap, if he's gonna come inside. I know he's a good ball carrier, he's good in possession, he's a good passer. And in the back three as well, if we do switch to that, I'm much more happier with him as a wide defender than I am, say, Levi Colwell or Badiashile, who I just want to have in the middle. So there's so many different things, there's layers to it that will just improve the team tenfold. I'm sure he's going to be rash. We had Rudiger. He was rash at the beginning. He made mistakes. Cucurella, ball watching, made mistakes. These aggressive kind of touch tight, counter-pressing defenders, they make mistakes. So I'm expecting some faults, but it's a brilliant signing, man. And especially for that price,
cheap.
It's really good.
Euros or pounds?
Pounds, 37, yeah, 37 pounds. I'm kind of surprised. Fair play to the directors. I do criticise them a lot, but they've done a real shrewd deal here in terms of the price. And yeah, man, I'm buzzing, man. He's got so much upside. He's got so much experience. Played in the Dutch national team as well. He's got, I think, 11 caps or something. So, man, I'm buzzing, man.
Super dynamic.
He's got time as well, because you say you've got Cucurella up there.
Yeah.
Hato doesn't need to come in at 19 years old and start playing week in, week out at Chelsea at left back. He's got time. Cucurella is going to be number one still for you, at least to begin with.
Yep.
So we can slowly bed into the league. That's something that I think me and Alex touched on a while ago, about Chelsea having enough options now that anyone who joins will have time to bed in, understand the league, especially if they're coming from a foreign league, and then slowly make their way into potentially being a squad or starting 11 player.
Yeah, it was David Ornstein who tweeted last night that Chelsea have reached a total agreement with Ajax to sign Jorrel Hato, subject to the Ajax Supervisory Board approval. Never heard that before. The fee is above €40 million, though. There is a sell-on clause there as well. 19-year-old defender is on his way to London for the medical. The deal is one of them Suge Knight contracts again. It's 2032 is the deal there that's on the table. Doyle, when you look at this, knowing that Liverpool were all over this fella and they wanted to bring him in, do you think that's maybe one that slipped through the net for Liverpool?
Without a shadow of a doubt, we've been linked with him for about 2 years, and we have got a massive weakness at centre-back. We need somebody that can be dynamic enough to play in a back three, or somebody that can slot into the left-back position when we need him. But it's one of them. I guess we've missed out on him. We're going to have to look for another target. It would have been a great replacement for somebody like Gerald Quansah. Do you really want to let a youngster go to buy another youngster for the same price? Feels counterintuitive. So I don't know what the board's thinking about, what we're going to do for centre-backs, but it's a great buy for them. And he's super dynamic, lad. You can literally play him in so many different positions that inevitably Reece James is going to get injured this season. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's 2 years, lad. So when that happens, because it's going to, Cucurella can just slip into right back again, lad, and he can slot in.
That's a mad shout, you know, because he
lad,
did play right back for a bit actually against Fulham. I remember he played, and he was brilliant over there.
Yeah.
But you've got Gusto. I hope Achampong gets minutes. That's my thing. I guess we'll see numbers wise, but I think Achampong his ceiling is so high. I know everyone's talking about Huijsen going to Real Madrid and whatnot, but Jorrel at United, I have him in that ilk of defender. Like, he's got there's nothing that I don't think he'll be able to do. Aerially, on the ground, pace, recovery, on the ball. I want to see him hopefully get opportunities. If he goes out on loan to, I think he was linked with like a Bournemouth, and he's been previously linked to Madrid and PSG. Like, he's highly regarded. People are going to see this season just how talented he is. But I guess the thing for me is the perfect balance. You got Cucurella experience, now you got a young player. This is what I've kind of wanted, just balance. Do you know what I mean? Balance in positions, balance in profiles, balance in age where need be. So yeah, man, can't complain.
Yeah, Dylan, when you look at the profile of the player, obviously there's a lot of versatility there, and you can almost see why, you know, so many top clubs were after him. He offers so much. And at 19, you know, he almost won the league last year with Ajax. They obviously bottled it in the last couple of weeks. Well, they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
they should have won it. Henderson should have, you know, been doing the Hendo shuffle, but he didn't. And he, you know, through looking at his appearances for Ajax, kind of came through after playing in the academy in 22-23 season. Played 15 games, but last season 50 appearances. The season before 46 appearances.
Wow.
For Ajax as well. I mean, a massive European team. Do you think that experience already, I mean, he would have come in at 16, 17 playing all these games. Clearly, he's massively thought of.
Yeah, it's one of those buying players from Ajax. Obviously, me as a United fan, I've got a little bit of checkered history with people coming from Ajax, with Ten Hag and Martinez and Onana and stuff as well. Anthony, and obviously we now got Mateus de Ligt, obviously, but he came from Bayern and Juventus as well as Ajax. But I think having that amount of experience, around 100 games under your belt at 19, it'll just help you be more confident that you can play first team football and be okay with playing a non-starting role to start with. Like as I said before, like if he comes in behind Cucurella, kind of learns the trade, etc., but also he has 100 games under his belt. We've seen it when players have made these big moves without all the experience under their belt, and then immediately start. Like I'm going to go again, United reference, but I'm going to use Rasmus Højlund here. Is he only had in top flight leagues, he had 6 months at Atalanta, and then came to United and was starting for United, and he didn't score for 14 Premier League games.
Yep.
And that was the start of his issue, was he didn't have someone to learn from, play underneath, and kind of understudy. But if you've got 100 appearances or so, senior appearances under your belt like the Dutch league is obviously less than the Premier League. But it's still a good league. Some amazing players have come from there. Yeah. So if you have that kind of stuff, that kind of thing under your belt, and then you're able to slowly just make your way in, then it'll be fine. The same reason like Chelsea, because they seem to be just buying 2 good players in every position. Like you've got Simmons as or Xavi that you kind of just coming in soon, and then you're also still linked, as you have been for the last 6 months, with Garnacho as well.
Madness. Is that you're buying that one you can leave?
You're buying. Well, I do want to ask you about this in a second, but is that like it's good for him that he's got the experience under his belt, but also he's got the age on his side. It's kind of a perfect scenario for him, because Cucurella is not going to be doing what he did last season, playing every single game. He looked so burnt out at points, I think, last season, because he played almost all the time for Spain as well, didn't he?
Being played to death, mate.
Like he was just constantly playing. So Cucurella needs it. So Hato coming in probably makes Cucurella better, because Cucurella is not playing twice a week if you're challenging on all 4 fronts.
Yep.
And Hato can therefore just learn.
And the point you made about the price tag on Højlund, that puts pressure as well.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Whereas
sure.
Whereas when the price is where it is right here, there's no pressure as well. Like no one's like, oh, because really, I know people say it's irrelevant, it's not your money, but okay, Hato costs 70 million. This conversation we're having here is very different. And the conversation even with the player in his own personal friendship circles and with the manager is different. You got to start. You gotta. That's Van Dijk money.
Yeah, you gotta kick on him.
You gotta do something.
Having
serious,
said that,
so.
though, if you've got 100 games underneath your belt, right, that tells me that he's an extremely confident young man. You're not able to play that many games unless you're able to make the passes in the game and you do everything 90% correct, and that comes from confidence. So I have no doubt that when he comes into the Premier League, he's probably not going to struggle. You look like Ryan Gravenberch, mate. He just needed a little opportunity at Liverpool, and he kicked on from it, and that's an Ajax prospect.
It's mad that he was at Bayern Munich, isn't it?
So,
it's mad that he was at Bayern, and that's kind of exactly what they need in the middle of the park. And
now it is, He was injured for them, to be quite honest with you, and I know they were gutted letting him go, but there is talented young prospects, millions of them that come out of Ajax, and I think Hato is going to be.
And also as well, Hato playing 100 games for a team who are pushing for league titles. Yeah. It's not just you're playing 100 games; he's playing 100 games in the environment that he's about to come into as well. Chelsea, that you want to challenge for the Premier League, you want to challenge for Champions League. You just won the World Cup.
Yeah,
he's got the right Club World Cup.
You didn't like that? No, World Cup sounds great. You don't need to switch that, bro.
I was up between 1 and 5 a.m. watching the United game last night.
Great.
My brain is fried. But like he's got the right type of experience as well, which is just another positive for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's exactly. He's played for the best club in the Dutch league, right? It's historic,
Well,
that
not
club.
last year, though, man.
No, they were, and the year before as well.
Second best.
Yeah.
So back up to Cucurella. Are we saying that? How many
initially,
games
yeah.
does it? I mean, if he's playing 50 odd games a season for Ajax already, then how many games can we expect?
I think
to see?
he'll play all the cup games. I think he'll play the whole Carabao Cup, the whole FA Cup, and that will still be in there with the intention to win. Because I think he's more than ready to play in a starting team there and try and win those trophies. I think he'll come off the bench a lot if we're trying to close out games as well. I think that's the perfect kind of player to just maybe move to a back five if you really want to hang on to a lead as well. You can put him in left side centre back, and I think he'll play quite a bit in the Champions League as well. He's played European football to a high level, so I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a bit there, because the league phase is a lot longer now, isn't it? So it depends on who we play fixtures wise. If there's maybe some more favourable games, he'll play there. I think all in all, total probably minimum 30 games, even if it's some of them off the bench. I think he'll tally up some good numbers.
He's playing 40, 50. He's going to want to play football. Right?
Yeah, and World Cup obviously coming.